We've been talking about you a good bit. You know, you had all that success on Twitch, and I was, you know, I'm super into Tarkov, of course, so I'd already been watching you for a while and talked about you a good bit on the show, and glad to have you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, people in chat were talking about you and I remember you being in there, and there was a heap of donations. I was like, is that the real one? And then there's some troll donations. I think we spoke about this previously, but
yeah,
that's why I got confused. I'm like, maybe this guy's just being a dick.
yeah. I was sending like 15 or 20 bucks at a time, and just like giving the normal questions or like stuff like that, just being a normal human being, but
like
occasionally
strategy questions.
No, just being like, you know,
just random stuff.
I don't remember what I asked. Maybe something about your military service or something like that. I was asking like, you had been up for like 30 hours or something like that, and I was like, did you ever stay up this long or longer while you were in the military? I was asking like normal questions, but then people would donate like $1 in my name and just be like, RSK for life, RSK for life, RSK for life. You know, so there were a few of those, but money.
Hey, $1's a dollar. Yeah, exactly.
$1 is $1.
Yeah, people donate $1 or $2 to me and call me fat all the time, but that's money. That's good.
So that was an enormous amount of success. Whenever I see somebody succeed like that, especially if they're like, you seem like a really genuinely nice guy on there. You run kind of a PG-13 stream, I would say. I mean, you drop.
I call it that, but it's not. It's not.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes a Tarkov, there's fuck is just gonna seep out. But I was enjoying your videos for a long time before you had all that success. So I was really happy to see you, you know, on the front page of Twitch, not just because it was you, but also because, you know, it's the game I love, and I feel like it's kind of, you know, it wasn't the most popular game, but now it's really risen, and I think you're a big part of that.
Tarkov's going to take over Twitch. I think this year will probably be the year of Tarkov at the rate it's going. It's really taken over Twitch. But yeah, I don't have a PG-13 stream at all. It's purely for the fact that I don't like seeing the C-bomb in my chat. I think it does scare away females mostly, and I don't have many female viewers, so if I can get a couple to hang about, that's kind of nice.
We have literally dozens here.
Yeah, you can talk shit about girls on this because they won't see it.
Woody's mom does listen.
She does. Oh, dude, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I got inspired. I called my mom, and so I was in Florida last weekend, and I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm an hour and a half from you. My parents are 70 and 72, and I don't see them often enough. And I'm like, I'm busy all day. We often go to dinner, and like, my days are fully accounted for. But if you want to come to me, you and Dad, we can hang out. There's a park bench here. It's nice. It's sunny or whatever. And she's like, Matthew, I'm listening to you talk about my sex life on the show right now. And and I pulled the Shaggy defense. I was like, no, that doesn't sound right. And she's like, no, I see you and I hear you. You right now, you're talking about my sex life and how epic it is. And I was like, nah, wasn't me. Wasn't me.
From now on, Woody, just go, oh, that was Taylor doing his Woody impression.
He's like, well, is he wearing a Woody mask? Because I'm pretty sure.
He's been practicing throwing his voice all the way to
He's got one. Yeah. So yeah, my mom watches the show, and
that can't be the first time she's heard you talking about how much, you know, dick she gets from your dad, right?
No, but it was the first time that she was listening to me talk about it while we were on the phone together. That was the new part. Yeah. I changed the topic.
So during that stream, and Woody's wife's a lot like this as well. It was your wife's birthday, like during the massive stream where they're having the event, and you've got like 80 to 100,000 viewers, and it's her birthday. What was the conversation like with her? Like, honey, I know your birthday is coming up in 3 hours.
So my wife quit her job back in May to work with me. So we've been like successful for a while now, and so she'd actually been working part of the stream. Doesn't actually stream or edit. She actually manages me more than anything. So she understands how it all works. It's not just like, it's like, you know, hey honey, how's work today? Like, she actually is involved quite heavily. Yeah. So on the 30th, which is the day before her birthday, her birthday's New Year's Eve on the 31st. I wasn't even in the mood to stream that day. I was like, oh, I'll stream, I'll see how it goes. And then it went off. I was like, and then within about 3 or 4 hours of it going crazy, I did my like break. I got up and stretched to that. And I said to my wife, I'm like, I think this is the 44-hour stream time. Like, you know, let's go and just take this as far as we can. And she was straight up like, yeah, go for it. Because she understands, like like a birthday's a birthday, but making bank is making bank.
Oh yeah.
And we can celebrate her birthday on a different day. And obviously I am in the Netherlands now. So we've got this whole year planned in Europe. We're going to be traveling and doing a lot of fun stuff and having more money to do that. And to put it in perspective, I made enough for a house deposit during that stream. So that's now, that's put into an account and it's locked away for when we get back to Australia. And that's going to be our house deposit for when we return. So
awesome.
My wife and I, we talk all the time. We understand like the business life of it. And you don't have these opportunities all the time. So to throw it out the window would be so stupid. It would absolutely be stupid.
Right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Imagine if you flipped it and she had to pay tens of thousands of dollars or whatever to do whatever you were going to do, and you have to take a walk in the park together. She wouldn't buy it, right? She would choose to keep the money. When you said your wife manages you, what's involved in managing you? Does she just deliver food while you work?
No. So it's more like
I might be projecting a little bit here.
Before that week, I probably got about 5 to 10 emails a day that were actually of relevance. And then there's like the accounting side. There's just promotional sides. It's getting us ready for Europe. There's been a lot involved in the past 6 months. After that week, my inbox is so far behind with emails. And they're actually like, I went from just being a major Tarkov streamer to, holy shit, this guy's actually, holds good numbers. And I'm known on Twitch now. So I'm not just known in Tarkov, I'm known on Twitch. So pretty much anyone that gives a fuck has sent me an email by saying what it feels like, at least.
That's great. So is this trip to the Netherlands for a year? I assume this was planned way before that giant stream and whatnot. Is this have to do with your streaming career, or is it just like an extended vacation and you'll stream during it?
No, for me, it was back in about 2012, I was climbing a mountain with a mate, and I said, hey, I wouldn't mind doing this around the world. And I started looking up people that had climbed the highest peak of every country of the world. And there was a guy that climbed at every highest peak of Europe for each country. He planned to do it in 6 months, and a war broke out in Kosovo. He got held up for 2 years. So the record stands at like 836 days at the moment. I'm like, I'll do it in a year. Sweet. And then when I quit the army, I actually I started streaming as a bit of a hobby to make friends, and then it all blew up. And so like, how do I incorporate streaming whilst traveling around Europe? Now the mountain size, unfortunately, I'll be lucky to get 20 mountains done whilst I'm in Europe. But I still want to climb some peaks and have some fun while I'm over here. The record's no longer a major thing for me. It's more about just enjoying life, because obviously things change after nearly most of a decade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You were talking about that transition from the army to streaming, and I guess in the military there's like an exit interview where the guy's like, all right, so where are you going from here? What are your plans outside the armed forces? And you're like, well, I'm gonna stream some video games on my PC, and I'm gonna play a lot. I'm gonna play a lot of video games. And he's like, I'll see you in a year.
Yeah, so
Best of luck to you. Yeah.